I'm going to show you now how to use the various wizards that are available with any of the Microsoft products. In this case, of course, I'm going to focus on a database. What I've done is I've opened up an existing database which consists of a range of tables. Setting up a table is quite straightforward, so there's no need for me to run through a wizard for that. You don't need one, other than you may wish to use a table template to set up the table in the first instance. Here you can see ones that come with the Microsoft Suite, but you can also go to the Microsoft website and access templates from there as well. And so you'll find that there's a huge selection available to you. So setting up a table is relatively straightforward. What can take a little bit more is setting up queries and reports. So again, there's my tables. Up the top here is a range of tools available to me, and you'll notice that the two that I'm going to focus on, the report wizard and the query wizard, are available here once you click on the create tab. So let's have a look at a query. A query is used when you want to find specific data. It's like a filter. So you may have a record that contains, say, 20 different fields, but you only want to select from that collection of reports those records that match only a number, let's say 2 fields. So let's have a go. So we open up the query wizard, and we've got a range here. The simplest one is obviously the simple query wizard. So if I click on that, the wizard gets started, and as you can see, that's the table that it's currently on at the moment, but I can change that, and by just clicking on this tab, this downward facing arrow, and select any one of those. So let's start by saying, okay, I want the student from the student table. I then want from the activity table the activity, and maybe nothing else, for example, although I think having the cost might be useful as well. So I can then click on next, and it provides me with a choice of how I want to present the summary. A summary, for example, if I choose this particular tool, will give me, for example, any one of these things: the sum, the average, the minimum, maximum. Well, obviously I don't have any values, any numbers, so all I'm after is, well, I do with the cost, I suppose, but in this case I'm only interested in showing the detail. Click on next. You give your title, your query, a meaningful title, and then finish. And there is all the data that's being pulled in by those 3 fields. So that's how easy it is to use a query wizard. Next, and I'll close that, I want to generate a report. So click on the report wizard. Again, it's much like what you saw in the query wizard. Again, I can choose anything from any table. So in this case, student, and I just simply want, let's say, from the activity table, all I'm after is the cost per student. Click on next. It asks me how I want to show the information. So there's the student. If I click on this one, it reverses, so it's your choice. Click on next. I can sort from high to low, for example, and I can sort on cost, or, well, it was the only choice that was made available at that time. Summary options would be much the same as with the query, and I don't want any of that at this stage. Click on next, and you can change the layout, and you can see the sample there and how it looks, and whether it's a landscape and so on. Next gives me a title, and sorry, not the title, the style. I don't want anything particularly fancy, so I'll leave it at that. give it a meaningful name. You can preview, you can modify the report's design. If I just simply click on that and finish, there's my report, and you can see the costs incurred by each of the students. Okay, what you don't see, of course, is what the cost is related to, in other words, what activity. So if you need to know that information, you just simply go back and create a new report. Okay, that should cover how to use a wizard. Fairly straightforward. It's just a matter of thinking out how you want to either do your query or report before you actually generate it. But if you do make a mistake, you just delete the file, the report or the query, and start again. It's that simple.